Hey everyone, my name is Martyr. What you just heard was a little clip from my song Heads Up, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make the lead synthesizer. Here it is soloed. And here it is without the effects. So as you can hear, the EQ is pretty important on this sound and changes it a lot. So if you do this yourself, make sure to get something similar to this. Anyways, we're going to disable these again and start to make the sound. First, what you're going to want to do is go to File, New Sound. That way you're working with a clean slate, no presets or anything. Turn all three oscillators on. The first is a sine triangle oscillator. And take this position knob right about there. The second oscillator is a Polysaw 2 with the position at 0%. And the third oscillator is a gentle speech oscillator. Wavetable at 100, intensity right around there, and amp at 100. I don't know why I chose these three oscillators. I usually just experiment and see what sounds good together. So here it is with nothing, just the three oscillators. As you can see, it doesn't quite sound like it yet. So what we're going to want to do is go into the voicing tab, take the unison to 4, okay, 4, turn on pitch, and bring that a little bit to the right, not too much. Wavetable position, turn that on, and bring it almost to half. And the pan position, turn on, and it can be either on full or full inverted. Really doesn't matter, it sounds about the same. Now what that's going to do for you is it's going to make your sound a lot wider and have a nice stereo spread on it, so it won't be so boring to listen to. Now turn on the modulation oscillator, bring that down 1 octave, so that's -12 if you didn't know. Ring mod, put on oscillator 1, and just bump up the amount just a little bit. The noise oscillator you're going to want to have on metallic, and the metallic noise really adds a lot to this sound. It does not sound the same without it. So take the amp up to about there, like 70%-ish. Alright, for filter 1, you're going to want to put a low pass 4 on. Take the resonance all the way down and put the cut up a little bit, just so it's pointing at the C and cut off. Now for your amp envelope, which is defaulted to envelope 4, the attack can stay where it is. You just want to take the decay level down to 0. Next, in any of these other envelopes, what you're going to want to do is take the attack to 0, bring the decay down a little bit, right around there, the level at 0 again, and you're going to want to take this envelope and connect it to the filter cutoff and bring it all the way up. And that's going to use this envelope to modulate the cutoff. And this is what really gives the sound its plucky kind of attitude. So let's play it again. That's a little loud, so bring the master down a little bit so it's not clipping anymore. Alright, that's good. That's a little quieter. Now, for your first effect, what you're going to want to do is put on a classic tube distortion. Give this a little more grit to it. Take the dry wet and the drive down to about there. They're pretty much at the same place. Your second effect, you're going to want to put a dimension expander just to make the sound a little bit more wide. Also take the dry wet and size down to about the same spot. Right there is probably good. And that should give you your main sound. Yeah, so that pretty much sounds like it. One thing I like to do with this is go into this, I honestly don't know what that stands for, section, and see what notes you're playing. And take this down and this, like right there. And what that does is the higher notes you're going to play, the filter's going to be a little bit different, like either higher or lower depending on what notes you're playing at the time. That just makes it sound a little bit better in my opinion, but it really all depends on what you're using this sound for. So let's take a look at the effects. I have this compressor here. It's just a basic sidechain compressor to the main kick in the sound. So that's about it. The EQ, as I mentioned before, is really important in the sound. It takes it from a more mid sound to kind of a crispier high-end synth. There's some slight bit crushing on this, nothing too serious, it's just at 1.6, just to give it a little more crispiness, you know. The ping pong delay here is just giving a quick sort of echo to it. And the reverb is, you know, just doing what reverb does. Giving it a lot of space, making it wider in stereo, all that. All these effects really just depend on what song you're using the sound for, so no need to copy these exactly as I have them. The EQ, you want to have it kind of like this because that's really important to the sound, but definitely just see what your song needs. So let's unsolo this and listen to the clip again to see if we have it sounding right. Alright, that sounds good to me. If you can't get it to sound quite right, I'm going to have a download link for the patch itself in the description. If you want to hear the full song, I'm going to put a link to that also in the description, along with a free download. Let me know what you think of the tutorial in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for stopping by.